All right, what's going on, guys? Another Colorado video coming to you here. This one I'm going to be replacing these interior dome lights. They're a little yellowish in color, don't really give off the best light, so we're going to go ahead and put these D15 interior lights in. Picked these up for less than 20 bucks on Amazon. I'll go ahead and link the description below. I also grabbed I already had a plastic pry tool. Would highly recommend this instead of something metal, so you don't scratch anything inside your brand new truck. But first, we're going to look here. There should be two little tabs that you can actually see under the light. We're just going to stick our trim tool there and pop that light down. I got it. Okay, maybe. All right, come on. All right, if you look, there's a little tab. We're just gonna push that in and this should pop straight down. All right, so that tab goes in there a little bit further than I thought it did. You really got to push this back. And then hopefully that's not broken. Doesn't look like it is. Awesome. So then we're going to make sure these are off. All right. This guy should just pull. Once that's off, this should just pull straight down. There we go. And there we go. All right, a little bit harder than I thought it would be, but no worries there. I'm not sure why. Guess once you take those out, that's going to be permanently on. Don't know if that comes out. I'm going to grab some gloves because that's really hot. All right, so those bulbs are smoking hot, and my fingers are a little bit too fat to get in there with gloves on. So what we're going to do instead is we're just going to take a little piece of tape here. I don't have any electrical tape. That would probably work better. But we're just going to loop this piece of tape around, maybe. Whatever, we'll try that. That's not going to work. You want to get a little bit thinner of a piece of tape. Again, like I said, that's why electrical tape generally works better. But you can make, let's see if we get it better this time. There we go. Make a little loop like so. And then we can just slip that around our bulb. And then we should be able to just pull. Ouch, just kidding. That is gonna be way too hot. All right, might have to try something else here. All right, so hopefully my failures show you what not to do. But instead, since I don't have any bulb removing pliers, I just wrap some tape around these. Last thing you wanna do is squeeze it too hard with something metal and smash the bulb all over your truck. So we'll try slipping it out. There we go. And we're going to put this somewhere that it's not going to burn, like out on the concrete. Go ahead and grab our second one here. There we go. All right, and then the easy part, sticking all this back together. So we will then just take our LED and stick it back in that socket there. There we go. And then we'll do obviously the same thing on the other side. super easy to get in. Alright, what are we doing here? Ah, got it. Got to get a little higher up in there. There we go. Alright, so you guys probably couldn't see that, but I was really struggling to get that other one in. I don't know if the camera's going to really catch it, but you got to go up above that first lip, and then there's a second little groove that those are going to sit into. And then the last piece is you're just going to snap these guys back into place. So you'll see like a little plastic hinge on the side. You'll put those hinge sides in first and then push your tab back, and it should snap right. Okay, it's not as easy as I was hoping it would be. All right. You don't want to just push up because you're going to scratch not only the side of the plastic, but you risk breaking that tab. So you want to kind of push that tab back into place. Okay, we're going to try this instead. Let's put the tab in first and then just push those hinges up and in. And that seems like a much better way to do that. So again, this is my first time doing it over here. Sorry, this probably isn't going to come out to be the best video, but definitely put those tabs in first. At least I've shown you a couple of ways not to do this. I have seen some people try to take this entire housing off. I'll be honest with you, I tried that and couldn't figure out a way to easily pop it off. I think the 23s are a little bit different than the 24s. The 24s have two little pins here, and then it just slides forward. Mine does not have any pins on the side and doesn't slide forward and back, and I didn't want to break it using a metal screwdriver. But we'll go ahead and move to the back dome, which is much, much easier. Actually, before we move back, just to kind of show you what the difference in light is. That's just totally yellow light compared to the front white light. All right, so I guess I was using kind of a cheap pry tool and I actually snapped off the teeth of it. So I am switching to a metal screwdriver, which means I'm going to try to be really, really careful here. I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see it, but there are 4 tabs you're going to stick your screwdriver into. There's going to be one on the back here, another one there, one on the left, one on the right. And that's where the tabs are that are going to hold it in. And that's where you're going to want to make sure that you're being really, really careful, especially if you're using metal like I am, to not scratch it up too much. And I might actually get a smaller one. Let's see here, because you don't want to get in and then push down. All right, I'm actually going to try and get a thinner screwdriver here. All right, so this was a lot tougher than I thought it would be. I almost considered not posting this video due to the comedy of errors, but you really, like, those tabs are actually really, really small. And I think I was pushing, when I was prying, I was pushing too close to the tab, like right directly on top of it. If you come just a little bit to the left of it and just pry down, they'll pop right off, and then you can just pull that out. Unlike the fronts, this white housing just drops right out. These don't stay on, so I should be able to just pull. Yep. Trying to get a good view there. Not the easiest to pull out. Hang on. This is gonna be a messy video, but if it helps someone out there, great. Or if y'all get a good laugh out of my incompetence, that's great too. But you're just gonna pull. Oh, holy cow. These guys are really in there. All right, well, you get the idea. I'm gonna need 2 hands because these guys are really in there. But if you look, you can see the 2 bulbs there. You're just gonna pull them out of that sprocket. All right, finally able to get those out. Luckily, putting these guys back in seems to be a lot easier. They're just gonna go sideways like so. And just push into, or sorry, sideways like so, and then just push into place. Probably should be wearing gloves when you're dealing with LEDs. That's my bad. This package didn't come with any, but if you were doing this, you want to do it the right way. But we'll make sure that they still work fine, and they do. And then all we're gonna do is put all this entire assembly back in the same motion. So we'll put our white in there, and then this should just snap directly back into place like so. And look at that awesome white light instead of that really ugly yellow light that was there before. I will say that this was actually harder for me than some of the other videos and stuff that I've done. I'm not really sure why. I just had a really hard time getting the plastic down. I was worried about scratching and breaking it, and you got to be a little bit rougher than I was with it. But thanks for hanging along, and hopefully you had a good laugh.